Alright, welcome to my Tron Ares early gameplay and review. So I am super stoked for this collaboration. I love Tron. So this comes to the item shop tomorrow night on October the 7th. So that's Tuesday night. If you're in Europe, that's not tonight's item shop, it's the next one. Now, unfortunately, we don't know the prices of these yet, but this is a complete bundle, which is amazing. Very rarely do we get everything in the bundle. We've got emotes, back bling, pickaxe, glider, selectable styles, and a wrap. Everything is here. So we did have a Tron collaboration in the past. Let me just show you that, because that one was cool, but as I'm about to show you, it was also severely disappointing. It was in the end of line set. Now this was from the second Tron movie that came out in 2010 called Tron Legacy. But unfortunately, we didn't get any characters from the movie. All we got were these Fortnite-inspired characters, which kind of stunk, like I said. The backbling was cool, however, the identity disc, and then we've got the same thing for the pickaxe. The glider was where it was at, though. The light cycle looked incredible. So that was the original Tron collab, but like I said, for the skins, severely disappointing. Well, the disappointment is over because this collab, like I said, is phenomenal. So this is Ares. So Ares, as the title of the movie implies, is the main character. But I don't know if he's a good guy or a bad guy. It looks like he's going to be a villain, but I've also heard that he's kind of a good guy as well. So we'll see. So the new movie, which comes out this Friday, I believe, October 10th, as mentioned, features this character right here. So he comes from the digital Tron world into the real world. And I guess from what I've read, he kind of desires to be a real person, because he's like an AI from the Tron universe. But anyway, he's supposed to be the ultimate soldier, and he looks it. So he's got a few selectable styles here. This, by the way, is Jared Leto, who's been in tons of movies, including the Joker in Suicide Squad. But that's 100% his face as well, so this is an actual character from the movie, unlike the first Tron collab. Now, if you don't like his face for some reason, boom, you can put his helmet on, and then he looks even more wicked. And if you've ever seen a Tron movie, you know that you can see their face through the helmet if need be. And that's this style right here, the see-through. So you got the best of both worlds here. You can no helmet, you can partial helmet. Great styles all around. And I love the color scheme. This red and black, it reminds me of Omega. Just so clean. His backbling's called the Dillinger Disc, and it is reactive. Let's see if it shows us what happens here. Of course, I'll test it out. Okay, kind of gets illuminated on the edges. His pickaxe is the Ares staff. It says a staff weapon for deadly combat. So this one does not look reactive, nor does it have any styles. However, you also get the Dillinger Disc as a pickaxe. So 2 pickaxes. That's crazy. And it looks awesome. Now for the glider, it's called the Jump Jet. Glide on digital wings. So this is not as cool as the light cycle, but it looks awesome. Let me redeploy it. I love that deploy animation. So I kind of wish it was the red light cycle and just an improved version of that, because like I said, that original cycle is really clean. But I'll take this as well. Then for the wrap, we've got the Ares Glow, and this is damage reactive. So that'll be cool to see. And then there's 2 emotes. The Portal Beam. Check this out. If you've seen a Tron movie, you know what this is right there. Amazing. And then, speaking of the light cycle, there's the red light cycle right there. So this is probably the reason why they didn't use this as a glider, because they turned it into an emote instead. That is incredible. This says offer up your code, by the way, and this one says race on the grid. So I saw a scene from the movie where he uses this light cycle in the real world, and the beam that comes out of the back literally cuts a police car in half. It's crazy. So I'm hoping this movie does really well, because I love the Tron franchise. When the original Tron collab came out, I had not seen any of the movies. So I went and I watched the original one from 1982, and I was impressed despite the terrible graphics back then. I'm sure back in the day it was amazing, but in this day and age it didn't hold up that well. And then I watched Tron Legacy from 2010, and that was incredible as well. So I am a full-fledged Tron fanatic now, and this just seals the deal. This is one of the better collabs we've had in a long time, and I haven't even seen him in game yet. So speaking of which, let's hop in and take a peek. So I'll show you the original Tron accessories and glider on this skin as well, but here's the jump jet. Oh no. So incredible deploy, but it covers your whole skin. I guess that won't bother some people, but I don't actually like that. There's a few other gliders in game that do that completely obscure your skin. But if that's fine with you, then this glider is incredible. I love how it just phases in. And it makes the awesome, almost robotic noise. Beautiful contrail. Look at that. I gotta see this in the dark. In fact, we'll check that out right now. Let's go see. Okay, here we go. In the dark. Wow, so it's an awesome, almost phoenix orange to start. And you can see the digital blueprint just form in. That is such a cool deploy. And then there's the contrail. So I think the Groot glider, I'm trying to remember which glider is completely obscure you like this. I'm pretty sure Groot's glider does this too. And maybe the Venom or Carnage one. I don't know, but at least this one looks wickedly awesome, despite it covering your entire character. And I'm sure most people won't mind. I just wanted to point it out. It does cover your entire character. So he looks amazing in the dark. Look at this. Beautiful red and black color scheme. That is amazing. If you could change the colors on this skin just like Omega, it would be insanely awesome. Like red and black, obviously, is the color scheme from the movie. All right, let's turn the lights on a minute, and we'll take a look from the front. So he still glows quite nicely, even in the daylight. I'll have to do a separate video where I actually go in and play a few matches, because if I did it in this video, it would take forever. But this looks really, really good, especially with his Jared Leto face going on there. I love it. Okay, let's do this particular pickaxe pull-out sound and swing animation. Here you go. I'm going to be quiet. Okay, beautiful sound effects and contrail. Now let me turn the lights off first before I test the splash. So the end of the pickaxe just lights up brilliantly. Let me see a 360 on that. Hey, you can see that red, ferocious glow on the tip of that. Oh, he's got a fierce face, too. He was doing some intimidation tactics with his face. He's like, ah! Well, now he's not doing it. There it is, right there. Baring his teeth and everything. Wow. Okay. All right, how about a splash effect? Probably that red beam, but let's see. Heck yeah, it is, with some nice sparks to it. I'll turn the lights off, too. We'll see if there's any weak spot reactivity. It'd be cool if the whole pickaxe lit up, but I don't see anything there. How about when we hit a player? Nothing special there either. So the wrap is damage reactive, but we'll see that in just a second. Let's check out his aim down sights first. Okay, very clean aim down sights. The wrap does have a nice red glow to it. Not as much red as you would have thought, but maybe that's part of the reactivity. Let's turn the lights back on. Very clean aim down sights though. It's got a little bit of shoulder armor there that kind of gives him those football shoulders, but it's not too bad. It just blocks a little bit of his beard. I can live with that. Beautiful back bling as well. Oh yeah, the back bling is reactive, so I'm gonna assume when we get a kill here, let's see. Yeah, so that's a pretty decent duration on that. We'll get another kill in the dark. Now let me deal some damage. I don't know if this is me dealing damage reactive or me taking damage reactive. Oh, looks like me dealing damage. So that's going to look really cool on the wrap skin. I can already tell. Alright, here we go. In the dark. So that's nice and bright. Nice illumination. Alright, let's see what happens if I take damage. Here we go. Okay, so reactive to both, taking and receiving damage. That's pretty cool. Let me take the backbling off real quick. Oh man, so in place of where the back bling was, there's nothing. There's no glow. There's the back bling shape, but there's no glow or anything there. So I really feel like you benefit from running that back bling. It adds to the overall color aesthetics, and it's reactive with a nice red, orangish glow. So I feel like he looks a little plain without it. Okay, so now we're going to do the helmet on, and I put the back bling back on, and I put the pickaxe on. So we're going to see if he removes it from his back, if they're interactable. Okay, so this is probably going to be my preferred style. I love this look. You can see the helmet. The helmet just completes the overall combo. Man, does that look good. Let me turn the lights off. And you can see from the front. Tell me this is not sweet. Now, he is lacking a little bit of red on the front. But at least the side and the back has it. I just love this red and black. It looks so good. Words cannot express how beautiful this looks in game. I'm in love with this. And I haven't even seen the movie yet. Okay, so how about the pickaxe? I'll do the pull-out sound and swing animation with this one. Here we go. Okay, still pretty decent sounding, and it is 100% interactable with the back bling. Good splash still. The pole pickaxe actually had a way better contrail. Now, wait a minute. Hold on. Okay, that's got a weak spot reactivity. So look at the normal splash. It's just that orangish red, but when you hit the weak spot, it turns into that digital effect. Now that's cool. Let's turn the lights off. Man, that looks clean. I'm trying to see if the pickaxe itself does anything. So clearly we've got a weak spot reactivity there. But it doesn't look like the color on the pickaxe changes. That is really cool. Alright, let's deal some damage here. So you don't get that weak spot reactivity hitting a player either. And I showed the aim down sights now. Looks really good with the red lighting up. Pretty sweet. Okay, and then last but not least, let's show the third style, the see-through. So from an aim down sights perspective, it looks just very slightly different. You can barely see his face, like his cheekbones in there and his eye. It's just barely noticeable. I think I would prefer just completely jet black. I mean, it is kind of interesting to see it like that, but it doesn't really change you that much. Here's in the dark, yeah. So it's not like it significantly improves or makes your character worse at all. It's just a nice effect to have. All right, how about the emotes? Here's the portal beam. Oh my gosh, the sound effects are absolutely amazing. So let's turn the lights off and look from the front, and we'll do it again. Watch this. Okay, so what if we do it while it's already on our back? Will it come off our back? It does! It 1000% does. Ta-da! That is so cool. Okay, and then let's do the light cycle. Oh man, you can't see the red trail though. Can other people see that? Hold on. Let me copy it with my other character here. Wait, no, I can't copy it. Crap. Okay, so it's not a copyable emote. So I'm going to have to do a 360 here. Okay, now you can see it. It's kind of weird that you can't see it from your perspective, but clearly that contrail is there. But when you do it normally, it's so zoomed in that you can't see the contrail. No. You'd have to look down like this. Then you can see it. And the moment you stop, it ends the emote, which is kind of weird. Does that mean you can't do it in place? Hold on. Okay, as long as you don't touch the button, you can do it in place. But if you start going and then you stop, it instantly takes you out of it. That's kind of weird. Still, 2 great emotes. In particular, Portal Beam, that is my absolute favorite. Okay, so before I show the wrap skin, let me just, as promised, show you the original Tron accessories. Okay, so here we go. So it does look a bit strange. Let me turn the lights back on. I thought it would look really cool to contrast the red and black and blue, but it doesn't look as good as I thought. So this is the circular disc. It does have a nice sound effect, but I think I prefer the red one, obviously. How about the glider? The glider looks cool regardless, so this should look good. Yeah, it's not too bad. But now that I've seen his glider, I think it's better. Even though it completely obstructs you. I do like the sound effect on this one. Listen. So it's got that digital blueprint as well. The nice blue contrail. Pretty clean. All right, let's do the wrap skin. Okay, here we go. So just shooting does nothing. So remember, it's damage reactive, but either taking or dishing out the damage. That's pretty sweet. Very nice reactivity. Look at that. It spreads across the entirety of the skin. So it's like a digital wave. That's really cool. So definitely a great wrap. Taking or receiving damage both look really cool on this skin. Let's see if anything special happens when someone else uses these emotes. Oh, exactly the same. And then we've got the light cycle. If you look down like this, then you can see the contrail, but otherwise you're too zoomed in. Love the sound effects too, especially when she revs it up. Nice. So there you go, as close to a perfect collab as you can get. I'd say this is a 10 out of 10. Beautiful skin, great selectable style, something for everyone here. No mask, mask, or partial mask. You've got an amazing reactive back bling, which of course you can turn the reactivity off. They made said back bling a pickaxe, which looks even cooler. And it's interactable with the back bling, but if you don't like that, because it does remove the back bling from your back, and like I said, it's kind of plain without a back bling, then they also gave you this, the staff, which lights up great. It's the same color scheme, red and black, absolutely perfect. And remember, this one has the secret reactivity, the weak spot. And then we've got an awesome glider, which we never get in collaborations. Beautiful deploy. It does obstruct your character, but I think it's well worth running. They included not 1, but 2 emotes, including the Portal Beam, which is one of the better emotes I've seen all year. And then the wrap was awesome as well. Double reactivity, dealing damage, and taking damage. Absolutely incredible. This reminds me of Omega. He looks fantastic. 10 out of 10 on this collaboration. I think this is a must-buy. So there you go. This comes out tomorrow, and it's definitely one of the best collabs we've had in Fortnite all year. I would rate this probably a top 10 collaboration in Fortnite. Maybe even top 5. It's that good. So there you go. Stay tuned for some additional gameplay. I'll go in and play a few matches and upload that as well. But he is absolutely sensational. Tron Ares comes out tomorrow night in the item shop. Definitely a 10 out of 10 collaboration. So there you go. That's all there is to it. Hopefully you guys enjoy this video. A like is always appreciated. And don't forget to use my Support-A-Creator Code, which is Tabor time.